All right, so Patrick, let's start off. What's your word of the day? How do you see today shaping up?
Vibrant. We're less than a week from pitchers and catchers reporting for spring training, and so hopefully that's usually the early sign of spring coming, and hopefully that vibrant nature carries over into the markets.
You know what wasn't that vibrant, Patrick? The ISM services report. I want to get your take on that. What did you make of that? I mean, it seems like we're past the point where we're kind of reacting to every single economic report. But this one seems very interesting because, again, we're really a services economy right now. I know the president's trying to move us into a manufacturing economy or at least increase that, but we really are a services economy.
That's right. 80% of our economy is related to services, but that other 20% really creates volatility, right? When it comes to goods and manufacturing. And so we were a little less than expected on yesterday's ISM report. And while I do appreciate that every piece of economic data doesn't seem as important these days in a news cycle that's ripe with headlines, particularly with the new administration, it definitely still has some credence and can certainly move markets.
Okay, so I also want to get to your pick for us today. We teased it a little bit earlier. You have a pick in the transport space. What is your pick for us today and why?
Norfolk Southern. When I look at the potential beneficiaries of an increasingly deglobalizing world, let's be honest, when there's talk of tariffs and such, a domestic transport name like Norfolk Southern, which is more East Coast, Mid-Atlantic, Southeast rail, they're taking market share from other competitors. They reported last week, continue to see their operating ratios move down, which is a positive in the rail space. And I'm expecting sort of low teens compound growth from this name in the coming years. It's an attractive name that had underperformed up until now.
I mean, speaking of underperformance, over the last year, it's up just about 0.25%, almost flat right there. I listened to that call as well, and they cited tariffs as a headwind. Aren't you concerned about that at all? That the company itself is citing tariffs as a headwind when we saw a number of other companies saying it wouldn't be a headwind at all?
Yeah, well, look, I think a lot of that is headline risk, right? And that's where the opportunity comes. Ultimately, when you think about tariffs overall for the economy, it's a negative for sure. But as things shift to again, from in a deglobalized world to North American production, whether it's Mexico, Canada, or the U.S., I think the beneficiaries will be the companies that actually move the picks and shovels around, and that would be certainly the rails. And I think Norfolk Southern fits that